My name's Adam Gam. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Corp, and we're going to be talking about the evolution of the shopping experience, really focusing on AI virtual try-on and the immersive world of Web3. So, Corp is the leading provider of beauty and fashion tech, really focusing on AR and AI virtual try-on. And we do categories like makeup, jewelry, nails, bracelet, watches, AI skin diagnostic, on and on. And today, we're really going to talk about this era of Web3 and shoppertainment. Consumer engagement is driving decisions across industries, and the marketplace has evolved to these highly engaged, personalized, interactive experiences that can instantly bring brands and products together digitally. And obviously, we've been talking about the metaverse for the last 2 days here. It's going to really open up an entire new world for shoppers. And what I'd like to do is really do a deep dive into beauty tech, learn how AR and AI technologies are changing this journey, and then really focus on AI virtual try-on because it does have great metrics and ROI that I can share with everybody for driving consumer awareness and engagement and really helping to build conversion for brands. So first, we're just going to start with some top-line things. I think a lot of speakers have already addressed this, so I won't spend a lot of time on it. But the pandemic really entrenched some key megatrends, right? So everything right now, or all industries are going through digital transformation. You're seeing lots of innovation specifically within healthcare, and for us, we're really focusing on skin and skincare. And of course, all of these transformations lead to better sustainability if you can make better decisions with the technology. And so there's no doubt that digital is the future, and you hear this over and over again, but 70% of consumers say that experiences are more important to them than material possessions. And new technology is also extremely important. 62% of consumers agree that having new technology is exciting for them and will lead to them wanting to buy something new. And you've seen the consumer shopping behavior already shift to online. So in 2022, the US cosmetic and beauty retail e-commerce sales doubled those of 2019. By 2026, e-commerce will account for nearly a third of those retail sales. And you really need these beauty technologies now to, I guess, engage with these consumers because it really has become table stakes. So I'm going to give just a quick example here of something that Google did with a study. They've actually incorporated some of our technology into interactive YouTube. And they saw that more than 90% of Americans are currently using or would consider using AR for shopping. And this is not surprising. The phone on, or the camera on your phone has been, part of the fundamental part of, I guess, human interaction since it's been around. And so there's no sense that there's no doubt that the phone is a great device right now for AR. But when it comes to personal items, whether that's things like lipstick or glasses, virtual try-on makes shoppers feel more confident. It basically, again, like I said, becomes the table stakes so that if they can virtually try it on, it makes buying the item online a lot easier. And 43% of those who use their smartphone to shop expect, at least for beauty brands, for there to be some use of AR. So really now is kind of the time to plan on doing this. You really need to invest in those 3D assets and put it into your marketing mix. And we've already seen that beauty tech is prevalent. So Corp has more than 400 brand partners that we're working with globally. That is also increasing exponentially over time. And brands, and all of these brands, but companies in general are investing heavily in AI and AR. So in the beauty world, these are some of the top e-commerce trends we're seeing. We're seeing this movement towards inclusivity, right? So that makes a lot of sense. AI technology is really, really top of mind. Big data. Big data is really important for driving those AI technologies, and hyper-personalization. We've heard personalization a few times today. You're going to hear it throughout my presentation. So about 30% of beauty products are now currently enabled with AI or AR capabilities, and you're seeing this investment just, again, also increase exponentially. So brands have been spending more, and they're going to continue to invest, and I think this chart goes through 2025. So the other thing that's interesting about AR shopping is there seems to be a sweet spot right now, I guess, based on where the technology is. So you're really seeing things like automotive, furniture, makeup, shoes, all having kind of in the sweet spot right now of either having initial success or positive ROI. That's because they're products that have easy standardization. You know, if you have a lipstick shade or eyewear, you know, from one product to the next, it's pretty standard. But there's a high need for customization by the companies and the brands and the experiences they want. And if you look at this, again, this is from Deloitte, you'll see what's kind of succeeding right now. So apparel isn't quite there. It's kind of an experimental. Early success, shoes, personal accessories, headsets, jewelry, glasses, makeup, beauty in general. Obviously, other things you're trying out, like furniture and auto. But this gives you an idea for things that right now are predictors of the future. So Casey did an amazing job, so I'm not going to even try and compete with what he said, but we see this evolution of the web, right? So Web 1, which was just connecting information, Web 2, which became the sharing economy, focused on social media, Web 3, which obviously is all about having everything being immersive and even more interactive, where you're actually going to be using the technologies to really go into these worlds. But for me, the metaverse really has to have utility when it's coming to things when it comes to shopping, right? And the great thing about AR right now is that the utility is there. So the utility value is the value that a digital asset has for its intended purpose. It gives the digital asset a broader value than just something that's collectible. I think a lot of people right now, at least in beauty brands, are focusing on things like just like the NFT, but not sure what to do with it besides having it be collectible. But if you're able to put these technologies out there, it really will be a key, I think, predictor for success in the metaverse. And this is an evolution, kind of like the internet, of AR shopping or shopping in general, right? So you went from this physical shopping environment in the past where you had to physically go into the store, try the item on, to AR in store. So AR in store could have been through a QR code, it could have been through a tablet that was at the store, but you started seeing that 4 or 5 years ago. The pandemic obviously switched everything to online, and the importance of, if you're going to be buying these personal products online, if you really can't test them out first, how do you know what you need, to where it's going to be fully immersive for virtual commerce in the metaverse. And obviously, we know this as well, that retail sales in the metaverse are going to hit about 2.3 billion, but they're going to go up to almost 800 billion by 2030. So it's a very lucrative place to be investing in. And I think that these technologies can truly solve pain points while creating these entertaining or immersive consumer shopping journey experiences. So when you think about how consumers in the past were experiencing beauty in a physical store, right, or beauty products, you'd have to deal with things like limited inventory. So not every single product was always at that counter in a department store, right? You might be dealing things with dirty testers. You might be dealing with things that were very time-consuming. I mean, especially in beauty, if you can imagine having to swatch out a bunch of colors or trying to find the right thing you needed. And then you're dealing with BAs and beauty advisors. And I think you always need the human aspect, but a lot of people are intimidated to talk to sales associates for some reason, or maybe the BA wasn't available. This has all changed. You have unlimited selection when it comes to anything virtual. You can upload your entire product catalog into a virtual format. You can try before you buy, which is really, really important. You have this concept of swiping through 30 shades of lipstick. It says a minute here, but it could be even like in 30 seconds. And then, finally, you don't need to wait for that BA because you can do self-service or actually interact with somebody virtually, a real person virtually. I'll talk about that in a second. The other thing that's really important is this concept of zero waste when it comes to sampling and trying and not having to return items that aren't good for you. So sustainability is also a key factor, which I think is going to be driving these new experiences. And so it really is the era of shoppertainment. People are looking for these entertaining shopping journeys, and they're really looking for emotional connections between the brands and customers. And Gallup basically said that companies who engage customers have more steady revenue, and customers who are fully engaged represent a 23% higher share in profitability, revenue, and relationship growth. So how does beauty AR enhance the customer experience? Why augmented reality or even AI? So one, it's experiential, no doubt there. Beauty is also a very experiential category. It's user-centric, so the solutions are intuitive, they're easy to use, people understand how to do it. And then it's data-driven. You know your customer better because of the AI, and then you can serve them better. And at Perfect Corp, we're kind of doing both sides of this. We're using AR for online shopping experiences, for virtual try-on, but we're also coupling that with AI. And the AI gives you that personalized shopping experience because it can then analyze things like your skin. It can look at what products might be right for you. It can make those recommendations, which are really, really key. And personalization is, again, one of those top beauty trends, but we found that 77% of consumers have chosen, recommended, or paid more for a brand that provides a personalized service or experience, and 75% of consumers are more likely to make a purchase when recommendations are personalized to them. So personalization is really, really key. And so think about this. AI plus AR is a proactive and personalized experience. So if the AI can identify things like your skin tone, your facial shapes, your skin types, and you're putting it together, you can get look recommendations, you can get product recommendations, you can get style recommendations, hair color, shade, you can find your perfect foundation shade, which is sometimes hard to do. You can get skincare recommendations, on and on. And I think this is key to a direct-to-consumer strategy, which all companies should be kind of embracing right now. So you need to understand your customer better, you need to engage with your customer more effectively, and then the second part of this is to move from what we're saying is passive, or I almost feel like maybe it's Web 1, Web 2, right, to active, which is Web 3. You really want to combine all of these elements together, which I call engagement 360. So you want to put in AR virtual try-on. You want to have AI recommendation. You want to incorporate things. We're talking a lot about avatars and things like that, today. But you want to combine that with things like one-to-many live stream, which exists right now. Think about your social influencer that's doing a beauty tutorial to all their fans, right? They're using regular live stream. You also want to do one-to-one consultation, where I could talk to somebody remotely, but they can then push products and try filters on me. So I'm still getting that human interaction in a FaceTime combined with all of these technologies together. And I think this video will show you kind of what we're calling Beauty 3.0.
It's gonna be perfect for everyday look.
Oh my god, I love this shade.
Brown eyeshadows, and it's perfect for warm skin tone.
Great.
So I have this YSL red cherry color, and it's gonna match perfectly your top today.
That example shows it with a beauty advisor, but I know people were discussing yesterday, like, how do we bring multiple people into the shopping experience together? And I think you can enable it the same way. You could have multiple people on a live stream type of situation while you're using or trying on products or recommending other products for other people. So I really think that is going to be a huge thing moving forward. But to kind of wrap this up, why AR and AI? Because it moves the needle, right? You have increased conversion, you have higher engagement, you have longer times on site. And I'll give you just some metrics that we've seen. So we've seen some brands have up to 85% or more increases in sales, up to or even more than 200% purchase conversion, 300% time spent on site, 30% add to carts. And if you go to Perfect Core's website, you can see the brands and the case studies, so you can see where these numbers come from. And so what I'd recommend if you guys are interested in anything that has to do with personalization, AI, AR, scan this QR code. It will take you to Perfect Core's virtual 3D booth. It's a slightly metaverse experience once you get in there, but it will let you actually try on all these different demos. And with that, I really want to thank everybody. I think we're just at the beginning of what's going to be possible with all these technologies. So thank you so much.